This vid isn't just a vid. It's a legit message to anyone in the rap game or going into the rap game. Unknowns go to celebrities overnight, and the rich are the ones signing contracts that give them access to the lifestyle. But there's always a catch. The rich don't just make others rich, they make themselves richer. And what I'm about to share is going to change your mind on how lavish you think rappers are living and expose the truth on how the rap industry really works. The ending of this vid will make you feel disgusted of the rap game and what it's doing to the lives of these rappers. There's at least one person that has been an avid supporter in exposing the rap game. He's actually seemed to crack the code on the industry. The once king of L's, Russ. If he who laughs last, laughs best was a person, it would be him. Russ has a deep understanding of the industry, and it's the best place to start in detailing how the rap industry works. What he did was break down what $1 million in the rap industry is actually worth. When an artist gets signed, they get what's known as an advance. Record labels do this so that the artist can live and take care of all of their personal expenses while they work on an album. So let's say that the artist gets a $1 million advance. When a rapper gets paid this $1 million, 20% goes to the manager, 5% goes to the lawyer, and 5% to their business manager. So 30% already is gone. That's $300K. So that leaves $700K, right? The next part is important because we've seen many rappers lose it all by trying to dodge the IRS. With that $1 million, you're landing in a higher tax bracket. And you know how much percent that takes off of their money? About 48%. That's about half the $700K. So now the true figure of $1 million shows $350K. You ain't even getting to touch your money, and $650K is already gone. All right, cool. $350K. That's still a lot, right? For me and you, hell yeah. But nah, not for these rappers. So remember, they've got to keep up appearances. Instagram pics with the money phone to the ear, cars, jewelry, bottles, and then, bam, broke. But hold up. You may be saying, what about their other income streams like merch and sponsorship deals? Well, have you ever heard of a 360 deal? 360 deals are very common in the deals that are offered by record labels. This is an arrangement that the record label gets a cut on every single thing that the artist does to bring in a check. I'm talking tours, sponsorships, online streaming ad revenue, merchandise sales, and the list goes on. Typically, record labels make a generous 25 to 50% of the gross revenue generated from these other sources, which means even before expenses are deducted, the record label must be paid. Yes, there are tons of advantages to having a record deal, with the main one being an endless marketing budget to get you on the map. So you would get stuff like music promotion, distribution, media and press coverage, and so on. But in the rap game, nothing is free, because every single cent spent in marketing you as an artist must be repaid. So they typically mark all marketing costs as recoupable, which means that all the money they spent on you are deducted from your future royalties. This has serious implications, and here's why. Imagine signing a $1 million deal, and as explained earlier, this is actually $350K. But you would need to generate millions in record sales in order to be out of debt with the record label. I'm sounding crazy, right? Well, hold on. Be patient. I'll get to why most artists never make a dime on their albums. Record labels are all about sucking artists to make them as much money as possible. The issue is that these labels most times sign a bunch of artists that actually never make them any profits. So how do they make their millions? They make all their profits from the few artists that actually make them money, and that's how they make up for all the losses they encounter by signing lame rappers. To better explain this, let's talk some numbers. Most deals include an 85 and 15% split between the artist and the record label. Well, if you were thinking that the artist was getting the bigger part of the pie, you're so wrong. Artists usually make a tiny 15% of record sales. So let's say an artist generated $1 million in album sales. They only take home $150K, while the record label makes $850K. Now, in producing the album, the label will have to spend quite a lot of money. Let's say the cost to produce the album is $400K. Now guess what? In actuality, the rapper would not be making 1 cent from the whole album, even after it generated 1 million in sales, because he only made 150K, but the label spent 400K on the album, so the artist currently owes the record label 250K. Yup, that's how messed up the rap game is. Veterans like Ashanti can attest to this. Yeah, she's not a rapper, but the music business works the same. She knows how hard the grind is to get that fame and keep it. In an interview with CNBC, what Ashanti speaks on about keeping up with material and touring, getting your work on all platforms is a work ethic lacked by many rappers. But she says something that I think is most important: owning your own masters.
What is most important for you as an artist and a songwriter to own? What do you need to own?
You need to own your masters. I feel like me being a writer, own your publishing. You know, you need to understand conceptually what's going on
the
with
intellectual
contracts.
property business.
Absolutely.
That's what you have to understand.
Well, you started your own record label.
The truth of this is realized far too late by rappers. That's part of the catch I mentioned earlier. The record label owners sweeten rappers up with an advance. Knowingly, they'll grab at it and sign their artistry away. And then they make all of the big bucks while rappers suffer. Do you know how messed up it is to have to get permission from someone for your own shit? One of the newest buzzing rappers realizing this grimy truth of the industry is NBA Youngboy. NBA realized the truth too late. You don't own your music, then the label owns you. NBA even went as far as telling his label that he'll give them the next 4 albums free if he can get his masters. And what's the obvious answer? Nope. Labels think long-term stability, and rappers think temporary fame and money. It's still sticky figuring out what labels some of these rappers are even on. In 2016, NBA signed to Atlantic Records for a $2 million deal for 5 albums. The answer should be a sure no, but these rappers are so quick to grab at being signed for a bag. They sign away all their shit and end up struggling in the long run. They think the label cares, but it's all about the money. Take Blueface. Blueface has no idea who in the hell he is signed to. Now, from the onset, you're setting yourself up to lose. You're already signing away with.
Get fee-free overdraft up to $100 with SpotMe. Install the Chime app today and get started.
8-Ball Pool, with over 10 million daily players on your smartphone or tablet.
Makes you money to someone else. Worse yet, you don't even know who you're signing to. Even worse than that, this dude is signed to 4 labels, so his bread is probably crumbs by the time it hits his account. Pusha T said it best in Exodus 23:1. Contract all fucked up? I guess that means you all fucked up. You signed to one that's signed to another that's signed to 3. Now that's bad luck. It seems like common sense, but this is what's wrong with a lot of rappers. Their business compass is busted. They want the chains and money and bitches without putting in any grind to build up a solid foundation. They want a handout from the label while thinking the label is just going to give them a payout without repercussions. The sad thing is that many rappers are Blueface. They have no idea what's going on with their deal. They're just trying to make ends meet to keep up appearances until shit hits the fan and the truth comes out in online rants and venting sessions. Tory Lanez, huge rapper and artist. Career might be over due to the controversy with what he did to Megan Thee Stallion, but still, major artist. And even he ended up pulling the good old social media tantrum. Word through the grapevine is that Tory Lanez's elaborate mixtape series, The Chinx Tape 5, in particular was losing him money. With expensive samples and 97 credited writers, you expect the label to fund that? No, bro. The money has got to be funneled from somewhere. And guess it was from him. They have control, so they hold the power. Threatening the person that owns your music is like a death sentence. Most times, they just shelf the rapper until they comply. And this leads down the sad wormhole at the end, where our pioneers of the genre that have given us a voice and an art form that has placed us in positions to put meals on our family's table are now dying and falling on hard times. As successful as their run was, it puzzles me every time. Like, how could you have that high a run and be broke? Having to create a GoFundMe begging people to help you for medical expenses or to help your family. I always was confused by it. But the more I dug behind this false picture of the industry and learned what happens behind, I understood that these rappers were making very little while the labels owned everything and made all the money. Yo MTV Raps legend, Dr. Dre, DJ Kool Herc, the father of hip-hop, and pioneer Jimmy Super Rhyme Spicer, R.I.P. My heart goes out to these cats, legends that helped mold rap for us today, with nothing to show for their iconic status or work. We shouldn't have to be having discussions to pay taxes to pioneers to try to help them survive. Man, we've got to be different. We've got to do better. We've got to be smart. Think before you sign yourself away. Believe in your talent, put in the grind, and grow your shit organically. Then you hold the power. It may be harder, but it's gonna be worth it when you in control of your art and calling the shots and don't gotta be cheated by anyone. The rap industry is a dirty game. Don't let it stain your career or your character. Man, that's all for this video. Please subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. See you in the next video. I'm out.